Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my channel. My name is Layla and today I wanted to start our intro a little bit early just because I'm currently waiting for the person who's going to be helping me with this video to get on Zoom, but I wanted to get the intro out of the way. So today is going to be my July TBR, and what's kind of fun about this one is I've actually asked my friend Sarah to go through my TBR shelves, or at least the pictures I sent to her, and pick out some books for me. She did have some stipulations, one being that if she picked something that was like over 800 pages or 600 pages or something like really hefty, she could only pick one, and she also had a limit of about 9 books. So we're gonna see what she picks as soon as she gets on, and I will go ahead and list off what my TBR looks like. Great, so I finally got Sarah here, so she's gonna say hi really quickly. She's down here on my laptop on Zoom, and she has her list prepared. Would you like to tell them what you just told me?
I did not write down any of the authors, so if I didn't already read it and don't know it, it's not going to be read.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go down her list, and you'll get to see my reactions for what she picked, and we'll go from there. So book number 1, here we go.
The first book I picked out for you is the next book in the Rick Riordan Apollo series. I know you've been listening to that one on audiobook.
I like that one because that's an audiobook. Don't know what it's called, so I'll tell you once I go get the stack from my bedroom. Next one.
What Once Was Mine.
I don't know the author of that one either, so I'll have to tell you when I go get it. But good choice.
That I think is the longest book I picked for you at 512 pages.
Solid. We like smaller books. I think I told you guys, like, she had a limit, so she's under the limit so far.
So your third book is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard.
Yeah.
Hopefully I pronounced that correctly.
Victoria Aveyard? Yeah. I couldn't tell you, but yeah.
Yeah.
I have 2 versions of that, so I'll have to see which one I can find first.
And the next one is your book club read, The Witch's Heart.
Oh, nice. Solid. So that's why you asked about that one. Yeah, so she put my book club read on. If you haven't seen the announcement yet, or if it hasn't gone up yet, we're reading The Witch's Heart by Genevieve Gornichek. I think that's her name. I'll double check with the book once I go pick it up during the month of July.
And then I pick out 3 manga from the next 3 titles. X Family or Spy Family, depending on how you want to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Ancient Magus's Bride, whichever one is your next volume to read, and then your next volume in Black Butler. Okay.
So if I remember correctly, I believe that would be Spy Family Volume 6. I think I'm on number 3 of the Ancient Magus's Bride, Magus's Bride, however you pronounce that. And I think I'm on 4 or 5 of Black Butler. And I only remember Yana Toboso is Black Butler's author, so I'll have to go get the other 2 too. All right.
Yep. And your last 2 reads are The Bone Houses and Once Upon a Broken Heart.
So Once Upon a Broken Heart, I believe, is Stephanie Garber. The Bone Houses is
Twisted Tales.
Aaron. Ooh, wait, what? And once I go get my stack, I will be back to show them and hopefully be able to tell you what they're about because I don't actually remember all of these. So be right back. You're welcome for that. All right, so we're back, and I just grabbed all of the books from my bookshelves. You'll note I was very selective about which bookshelf she got a picture of, just because there are some books on my TBR that I'm not really looking to get to. She also had no options for the history or the other stuff because that was not going to happen this month. Kind of not really doing so hot on the reading thing. So we're going to start with a manga, and I will start with the one that I knew who the author was, and that is Black Butler, if I can put them in order, by Yana Toboso. This is about a boy who makes a deal with a demon to kind of get revenge on the people who killed his family. That's not a spoiler. it happens in the first book. So I don't remember if I'm on 4 or 5. Apparently there's some dust on that one. So I grabbed them both just in case. So I'll be picking this up sometime this month, probably relatively soon because they're rather short reads. Then I have Spy Family, Volume 6, which is by Tatsuya Endo, and I am so in love with this manga series. I actually got Sarah to read it, which is the funny thing, and she binge read it over one weekend while she was with me. And since then, she's been obsessed. I've been obsessed, but I clearly fell way behind. So we're going to keep up the manga thread and go with Ancient Magus' Bride, Volume 3. I believe this is the one that I'm on, so this would be my next one. It is by Kori Yamazaki. I did not say what Spy Family was about, but we'll get back to that in a second. So this one is about a young girl who has a little bit of Magus' powers, and she ends up getting sort of like adopted by, can't remember his name. Sarah, do you remember his name? Anyway, she gets adopted by somebody who, what is his name?
Elias Ainsworth.
So Elias Ainsworth adopts her, sorry. And she ends up basically having like a found family type of situation with him, which is why I really adore this one. Same thing with Spy Family. Spy Family is like a spy goes undercover. In order to complete his mission, he has to create a family, and they all basically are undercover, hiding secrets from each other. And it's really cute. I believe this is an anime series on, what's the platform? What is it?
Crunchyroll.
It's on Crunchyroll, according to Sarah. I don't know what that is. So you can watch it now. But I do love this one because I love the found family trope, and it's really, really adorable. On to the bigger stack of books. And please don't kill me, because I actually know very, very little about most of the books on this list, including our July pick, The Witch's Heart, which is indeed by Genevieve Gornichek. I have both the UK and the US editions. I believe this one I believe is my UK edition. Could be wrong, but I think it's the UK.
Yes, the US edition has golden hair Celtic knots on it.
Right, yeah, so this is the UK one. I accidentally bought both of them because when I read it the first time, it called out to me while I was in the UK last year. And then I read it again at Barnes & Noble, and apparently it really called out to me because I bought the second one. The covers don't look anything alike. Just so you know, that's why I got confused. Anyway, it is about a witch, I believe. I believe it's got like some Norse mythology in it. It does say Odin on the back. I don't know too much about this. I think it has something to do with Loki as well. So I kind of got that aspect was what drew me in. And I don't want to read too much about the back because, like you all know so far, I tend to try and go in blind to these. So I'm really looking forward to this. This will be our first book back as a full book rather than our manga that we read last month. But I'm really excited to get back into fantasy and pick this up. Next up is What Once Was Mine by Liz Braswell. And this is a Tangled retelling. I can't tell you anything other than that. I bought this ages ago. So I love Tangled. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. It's second only to Beauty and the Beast. Maybe third because Lion King is up there too. But it's one of my favorites. I love watching it. It has one of the best soundtracks ever. And I love singing along to it. So I'm really interested to pick this up. Thankful to Sarah for giving me a little shove because otherwise I probably wouldn't have. So we'll see how this goes in July. We have The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by Sev, who is Sarah's cat, on camera trying to drink out of her cup. Anyway, so this is The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones, and I know nothing. And there goes my cat on my camera. Selena! Please, wrong cat. Smoke, please stop. I know next to nothing about The Bone Houses. I have had this on my TBR since it came out, and I remember really, really being excited about it, but then I never actually picked it up, which is the story of my bookshelves lives, to be quite honest. It did come out in 2019, so hopefully I can dive into this one, definitely not knowing anything, but get right back into wanting to read it as much as I want to pick up some of the other books that are on this list. We're going to go on to the audiobook, and that is The Trials of Apollo, The Dark Prophecy book. This is book 2 in the Trials of Apollo series. I listened to The Hidden Oracle on audio. You'll know if you follow my blog that I accidentally listened to the first book in this series before I read the Heroes of Olympus series, so then I had to backtrack. And when I backtracked, I wanted to go all the way back to the beginning. So I re-listened to all of the Percy Jackson series, then the Heroes of Olympus series, which took me forever to get through because I always get stuck on book 4, and then I don't want to finish it because then the series is over. And then I got back to book 1 of this one. It's been a couple months since I read the first one, but I do love Apollo. He is one of my favorite characters to read about, so I'm looking forward to getting back. And plus, it'll help me having an audiobook because I have a lot of house chores to get done. We will be editing that part out. Don't worry about it. So next up that Sarah's picked out is Once Upon a Broken Heart. This is the Fairy Loot edition, which is absolutely stunning. And then it's got art on the reverse side of the dust jacket as well, which is also beautiful. And then the book itself is just, look at that. It's like freaking stunning. Like, so gorgeous.
So shiny.
Right? So this is apparently about Evangeline, who makes a deal with the Prince of Hearts to try and win back her love interest, and then it just goes wrong. So, Sarah, would you like to tell them why you picked this book? Go ahead.
So I looked at her bookshelves, sent a bunch of the books through my Google to look up the synopses, and as soon as I read the synopsis, I was like, must have friend read this so I can know if it's a good book or not, because to be honest, you feed my Barnes & Noble's habit.
Details. So this sounds actually really interesting, so I can't wait to pick it up. It is one of the Fairy Loot books. Obviously, I've already showed you what it looks like underneath, so we'll see how this goes. Last up is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but I know absolutely nothing, even though I have the collector's edition of Red Queen, and I also have the standard paperback. So I'm going into this one virtually not knowing anything other than the fact that Sarah has read it. So we will see how it goes. She looks like she's trying to say something.
I've read the entire series, and I picked it out because you turned me on to the Vicious Villains series, and it has kind of that X-Men mutant feel, and this has a similar feel.
All right, I'll take it. So we'll see how this goes. I absolutely adored Vicious, by the way. Haven't finished Vengeful, even though it was on my TBR for 2 months in a row. But we'll get back to that eventually. So that is my stack. It is a lot bigger than I anticipated. Oh, and of course the manga are backwards. All right. And they're on the bottom. And it's going to make a great blooper reel. Anyway, there's my stack. And we'll see how it goes. Because lately, me and my TBR have not been friends. But she did pick out a bunch of quick reads for me. And I'm going to put these down before I drop them all. So she did pick out quite a few quick reads for me with the manga. And then also some books that I really do want to get to. So I'm looking forward to picking them up in the fantasy realm. So we'll see how that goes. And I'll have to keep Sarah updated on whether or not I love Once Upon a Broken Heart. This actually will be my first Stephanie Garber book, believe it or not, even though she has a lot of books out. I think they're the, what's it called? I'll insert the title of her series here somewhere on the page because I can't think of it right now, although it looks like Sarah's looking it up. So you might just need to hold on a second. Perks of having a friend on like speed dial while you're filming. I want to say it's Caraval, but that doesn't sound right. Is it the Caraval series? Or is she the other one?
Yes.
I was right. She wrote the Caraval series. Yeah, so lots on my TBR. We'll see how it goes. And that's my TBR. Thank you to Sarah for joining me via Zoom and doing the best to pick out some books that she thinks that I'm going to enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one.